Alrighty. Incitement to violence. And I'm going to call this the Boudica edition because I believe quite possibly what we're dealing with to my children's mother is a dormant, perhaps, spirit that is perhaps attached onto her. That is the spirit of Celtic warrior queen named Boudica. That's just my theory. That sounds fucking crazy, and I wouldn't probably take that directly into the court to question this, but I will say that it does appear like the children of my mother, a person who I lived with in basically matrimony for 15 years, is possessed by the Celtic warrior queen Boudica, and is basically enacting her vicious fury onto this country, Australia. And the way that she's doing it like a queen, I'll just put my little things on. Like, before we find that if you can't offend women, you've got to understand that women, and we've had queens, we've had a lot of them, actual, like monarch queens, who have killed and led to the death. Like this, this is, I guess, Parliament politics is it's like a preamble to that type of, in fact, it's basically built to restrict the powers of a monarch who includes women. So, basically saying that a woman, we can't use offence, we can't offend women, is...
She's got 2 young daughters.
It's the most dangerous sentence I think that's ever been uttered in the country, especially considering we have a possessed, spirit person under the influence of spirit. Let's just say, under the influence of spirit, someone has manifested a Celtic warrior queen's vicious, vengeful fury down in Australia. And I'll just remind everyone that Irish people are not native to Australia. They are an introduced species, right? And they are playing up under the influence of spirit. Let's just say under the influence of spirits, they're playing up. And it appears like she is attempting to build a clan warfare army out of a local football team. She has adapted very high level to a newly introduced handheld weapon, and she is training all of her proteges around the country to basically to unwind the gangplank or the drawbridge across the moat and to raid this castle, which is fucking crazy. That's crazy, you know what I mean? I knew there was a reason why I liked her. And I knew there was a reason. I was like, she's got a real fire in her eyes. It's like, this is the extent, and we've seen it. And it's like, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I just don't recommend it. I don't recommend it, and I especially don't recommend it that it gets this far.
Unlike the Romans, who are
it's like I don't know. I don't know exactly what more to say. Like, I'm a fan of Boudica. No, we need uprisings, and we need tension, and we need feedback. But when there isn't any, when it's completely MIA, it's missing.
In Britain, she had burned
it's all this sneaky, because that's the stage where you're sneaking around in the dark. That's called guerrilla warfare.
When it came to a straightforward hand-to-hand between the legionaries and the Britons, there was only ever going to be one outcome.
Does gorilla have 2 L's? I think it does. Gorilla guerrilla warfare on iPhones. Let's set the scene. You've snuck in to a foreign country. You buy an iPhone. You sit, you have a sip of your vodka. You organise a guerrilla militant terrorist organisation, and you attempt to destroy a democracy on an iPhone.
Stand up against the odds and do our best to put that
And
situation right.
in opposition,
She is the ultimate warrior.
you have the largest and most consistent defensive diplomatic action ever.
Strategists,
Ever by a
tacticians
single
ever
person.
since have striven to copy what the barbarians
And
achieved because it represents tactical
There is no, it's like
perfection.
there is no support.
This terrain is in.
There is no open diplomacy from Ireland, even from Sinn Féin, from the official thing, from the individual herself or her husband, or the children that she has initiated into her child soldier army. She's the manager of a AFL football team for children. Okay, and my only guess is that somehow some person in my children's mother's life has given her the idea that English people or perhaps just I don't know, Australians, whoever, men that are dangerous, and has very strongly told her this, has very strongly conditioned her daughter, and there we go, I've basically given up the slip. So a Irish immigrant has conditioned her daughter to believe that, and look, I guess there is like that. Yeah, in history there's some reasoning, but the problem is how does this is on iPhones, and do you know what I mean? And it's like you've got to imagine. Like imagine you've got children and you tell them not to have a party when you're not there, right? And this is actually, I can actually get to an anecdote. So my father left me to look after his house when I was young, when I was like 16, 17. And he told me not to have any parties, and I did have parties, kind of. And he found out, That's what this is like. The person in question that's doing guerrilla warfare on iPhones, her family just let her have the largest party you could ever imagine in a Holmes West house. It's like, I'll just ring up the people that were there. Do you remember that party? Do you remember this? Little anecdote, she threw a kitten over a fence later on that evening. Do you remember that? Do you remember her father being there? His hair had similar, do you remember that? Like, this is what happens. This is full circle. And this isn't a technical thing. Like, this isn't some Iranian regime, or whoever the fuck, Islamic, whatever. It's like, no. These are Christians, apparently. Apparently they're Christians because, I don't know, there's some troubles about which side of the Christian argument they're on, and this is the reason. So they've created their own unstable environment because of their fucking secular fucking indecision or whatever, which has created financial strife, which we have allowed them and provided for them. Then they completely reject Christianity in a land that doesn't hold. It's like, you're not in the fairy forests of Ireland, you're not connecting to the druid spirits. You're in Australia, which has an Aboriginal pagan fucking, like, and you've completely rejected fucking Christianity that our law system is built on, including marriage, divorce, family courts, all of these things, to have a guerrilla warfare, to commit guerrilla warfare terrorism.
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands. Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions! Do you know what's there? Waiting, beyond that beach. Immortality! Take it! It's yours!
Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Oh, Miss Lucy dead and gone, left me here to weep and moan. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground.
With spirits.
Sally up, a green Sally down.
You're in Australia, which has an Aboriginal pagan fucking like, and you've completely rejected fucking Christianity that our law system is built on, including marriage, divorce, family courts, all of these things, to have a guerrilla warfare,
Left me here to weep and moan. Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell
to commit guerrilla warfare terrorism on iPhones. On iPhones. And it's like, and we just keep giving you lines. There you go, keep going. Keep taking the line like a big fucking Jewfish off the fucking rocks. Like that. I guess we can see you. You can't successfully. You can't be successful in guerrilla warfare on iPhones. You know? We have geo fucking caching, geo tracking. Like when everything you do when you have your phone is tracked. Everywhere you go, every transaction, everything you see, every timeline. And there's just a consistent person saying you're operating against the laws of Australia. And this is now. See, the one thing I knew there was going to be a flare-up the day that I came to pick up my children. Because I was this is how it all ties into like Jacinta Allen and Melbourne. Because I hadn't been able to go to Melbourne, so I had jobs in Melbourne, and I had to do like this complicated shipping mirrors across the country is very difficult and fragile. And I won't mention the shipping company, but literally drove a forklift through my mirrors, stuck this forklift, and then went, "We can't be responsible for driving a forklift through fucking 10 of your mirrors." And I was like, this is the level of shit, right? So at the same time, and then I can finally go to Melbourne. So I knew I was going to be gone for a while. I picked up my children, right, because I wanted to see them, because I knew I had a backlog of work, so I might be gone for 6 months. I've been planning this for 10 years. I might be gone for a long time. I would like to see my children. That is the moment. And I should have used my smartphone to film the event, because if I had have, none of this would have happened. But unfortunately, my trust in these individuals led me to the fact that I went, no, I won't film it, right? I won't film it. It'll be fine. It wasn't fine. That was their first act of documented, warfare, I'll say terrorism, on Australian soil. You know, our home is girt by sea, whatever girt is. That was the first instance of guerrilla warfare terrorism on iPhones on Australian soil. It followed the trend, right, of incitement to violence. Right? The puppet master arranged a violent... So there was a clear and written request for her husband to not be present on any transfer of children, because that person is an alcoholic fucking degenerate fucking terrorist. Please don't have the alcoholic, drink-driving, degenerate fucking terrorist present when we transfer the fucking children. Clearly documented in writing in the same data collected with the data infrastructure that we all benefit from. First documented instance, an incitement of violence, and then a targeted police attack due to the absolutely unbelievable bias towards women. And then absolutely no protocol to actually listen to what I was saying. They are pizza delivery boys. That is all they are. That is what the West Australian Police has been whittled down to by all of the, again, it's refreshment staff from Ireland. Can we get a clear number now from the Police Commissioner? How many Irish police have immigrated to Western Australia in the last 30 years? And what is the outgoing, multi-generational West Australian citizenship of the police force compared to the Irish citizenship of the police force? You know, this is called an invasion. You've got weapons. When we track all of these things, this is a documented guerrilla warfare terrorist campaign on iPhones on Australian soil. Right? With basically, this is the tool. There's an incitement to violence by a woman. Then the level of violence required to initiate violence restraining orders and all these other things, all of these inconveniences. I literally left when I was on my way out of Western Australia. I was stopped by a police car 3 hours out of Perth. I had my registration taken off me, my registration plates, my West Australian registration plates, taken off me because I was like a couple of days over my registration. You know, you targeted me for genocide and you've stolen my children, you Irish cunts. And I think we should burn Dublin to the fucking ground. Quite personally. But I think it's either that or you all fucking hand in your fucking smartphones. We destroy them. We go through the fucking data and we put you in fucking prison for what you've done. Because this is the same exact protocol. You know, at what point does a documented guerrilla warfare terrorist using iPhones on Australian soil to abuse and hold hostages, what point do they have to interact with a clearly public testimony, public diplomatic solution, public military at what point to not be declared terrorists? You know, in what capacity? And there isn't. It's like, this is it. This was and is now clear to be the entire strategy of this cohort. You know, and I guess it's like the worst worrying thing is I'm kind of mocking it now because it's all, you know, it's all on iPhones. But this was perceived at like everyone's money on here, on these phones. So this wasn't a stupid, simplistic fucking, you know, thing. This was a sophisticated technical attack on the entire fucking human race. Utilising the built-in traumatic anger, like the generational fucking racism, basically, against English people on the most sophisticated, interconnected, scam fucking network that has ever existed. That's some serious fucking crime. That is some fucking... You see these coconut cartels and the fucking cigarette fucking... Even what's his name? The company was selling, the Iranian bloke was selling whatever. Even the pharmaceuticals, even the psychiatrists. All of that fucking dodgy, dirty shit that runs through our socialised fucking medical system and our socialised government. All of that filthy fucking grubby shit. This crime makes that look like fucking, shoplifting in 212 bars at a fucking Scarborough Coles. This is the largest fucking criminal organised activity that has ever fucking taken place. And it's kind of like there is systemic priming by the device. But that's the same. It's like if you have a mastermind, right? Any criminal organisation, all the runners, all the drug runners, all the guys on the street, all the dealers, everything like that, in the case of illicit drugs, they're all being manipulated by crime. That's the point. Criminals are stupid and they're easily primed. They're still criminals. They are still fucking criminals. It doesn't matter whether you get if someone jumps through your window with flying and fucking machete and their dad fucking literally, beat him half to death and poured fucking alcohol on him and lit him with fucking, burnt him with cigarette butts, he's still going to jail. And it's like, yes, we are going to process all the smartphone things, but it's like, you're also all criminals. You're absolutely fucking criminal. You are documented guerrilla warfare terrorists on iPhones on Australian soil. And it's not like, there is no, this isn't like, we get to raid one people or one thing. It's like, no. It is defective. You can't have, it's like, it basically mass-produced the most sociopathic, fucking manipulative, organised criminal mastermind. It made that, like a Tamagotchi. It gave these people a remote control car on multiple levels. So you get, under the influence of spirits, Celtic fucking warrior fucking queens, utilising on her own the capability, the full capability, with no check, just sitting there. It's literally like, imagine if a drunk mother, a drunk fucking, middle-aged mother of three, like ran through in the suburbia, like ran over like two kids or something like that. Is kind of and like ran through a fucking gate and destroyed a fucking lamppost. That would maybe be on the news, but probably not, because we have a biased media distribution as well. So we probably don't hear about those cases. But imagine we'd be like, oh my God. Imagine she did it for 3 years and was purposefully doing it. And no one did anything. No one. And in fact, the victims, the people that she was doing it to, were then put in jail. That's the power. That's the dystopian power of this defective methodology. Proof. That's scale matters. If anyone's like, what is scale matters? It's this. It's that the phones don't work because they're too fucking small.
Get the hell off of me! Whoa. All right, here we go. All right, welcome to the Courtney Love Show. I'm Courtney Love. I need a cigarette. Give me a cigarette! All right, come here. Come here. right, Bill Clinton. What is up with him? All right. Enough of that. Okay. All right. Okay, it's time for the top 10 list. These are the top 10 bruises on my body. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. All right, there's 10, trust me, okay? All right. My next guest is a woman who the press has been after because she's a woman who speaks her mind like me. Please welcome Cincinnati Reds owner Marge Schott.
Hello, dear. Love that dress. You look so sexy. You look like one of those Puerto Rican street hookers.
Thanks, Mars. It's so sweet of you to say that. So sweet. So what happened?
Well, all I said was that Adolf Hitler had some good ideas.
See, you know what? Okay, first of all, that is a problem with this country, okay? Because it's like a woman speaks her mind. People get all freaked out if a woman speaks her mind. You know? Did you say Hitler?
Yes.
Marge, you're a fat Nazi bitch. Okay? Why do I feel like I want to make out with you? Whatever. All right. Okay.
Were then put in jail.
My next guest is a woman who told the Tony
That's the power.
Award
That's the dystopian power of this
Please welcome
defective
Julie
methodology.
Andrews.
Prove it now. It's like that scale matters. That's what it is. If anyone's like, what is scale matters? That's this. Phones don't work. That's the most polite way to say it. It basically is hyper stimulating the most dormant and destructive element of the female psyche and allow them to experiment radically with the full extent of that in a sandpit of non-regulation. There is no crime that ain't wrong in this country. There is no crime that a woman can commit or could for the last 5 years in this country to try and attempt this takeover. And this is like, you might go, women don't commit crimes. And it's like, yeah, they fucking do. Yes.
Courtney, I would be honored if you sang a song.
All right, whatever.
I know. Let's do two.
Women commit crimes, they are used as patsies in crimes, they are used as runners in crimes, they are used as everything, as leverage, everything you can fucking imagine. Women are present in criminal acts, including at the top. You should watch the Australian hit fucking movie, Animal Kingdom, which got turned into an American series, which is basically about that. That's what it's about. Why did we fucking distribute a basic how-to guide for fucking nefarious smartphone using fucking sociopathic fucking mastermind organised criminal women in our country? Well, because that was the plan. Everybody's in place, including Team New Dad himself, Anthony Albanese. Everybody's in place. Just let him through. Let him through. You ever seen a movie where a bunch of terrorists, guerrilla warfare people go through a checkpoint? You know, let him through, let him through, let him through. And this is the point. It's like, what do you want? You want retaliation. You want us to fucking knock, smash windows, raid, grab those children with fucking helicopters and arrest them on the fucking news? And parade them across the entire fucking television? Why? Because you're all hypnotized by the television? Is that what you want? Is that what ends it? Why? So you can then fucking, I told you the fucking English are look at the dirt in there. There. How about you all just politely go home? You know, this is white on white fucking violence. Go home. Go home. You set the worst example for any other immigrants, and then the worst like retaliatory measures, and the most highest level of like caution. We have to be like, oh my God, which is setting the whole entire country on fire because the whole country relies on immigrants. Right, you're the first kind of generation that arrived here, especially Irish, that weren't criminals, but you were, weren't you? That's the point. You know, you arrived free. You were helped. You were given jobs, you were given houses, you were given all this shit. You arrived in the blanket of Australia. Right? With the smallest amount of like thing. You didn't fucking work on the fucking convict things. You weren't in prison. You didn't come on the ships. You flew here in most cases on fucking aeroplanes. I don't know whether this particular, I think she came on a ship. But even still, you arrived as free people. And this is what you did.
It's all the Tony Awards where they can shove their Tony
and it's like,
Awards.
the moment we
Please
understand
welcome
that
Julie Andrews.
This fucking tension, obviously, is hamstringing Australia, New Zealand, North America, and Europe. Most prominently, like Britain, Great Britain, and Ireland.
Followed your little band whole since
But it's like, how long are these Irish degenerates going to keep fucking scrambling out and playing the same fucking trick? It's the English. It's not the fucking
Come up to me and they're like, Courtney, you have such a good voice, but your band sucks. And I'm like, you know what? Eat me! Eat me! Eat me! Eat me! Shut up! Shut up! What are you looking at?
Life. However you do it insured. Cover up to $1.5 million with zero.
Hi everyone, I'm your friendly trans nomad.
It's you. That's who it is. You know, and it's like you've stopped the entire fucking world because of this shit. There is no way forward. This isn't a lockdown. This is a moment of fucking utter fucking silence and should be shame from the fucking Irish people that have attempted this. This is the most shameful fucking. You have completely destroyed some of the most crucial social and judicial, legal, political, strategic elements that keep our entire systems civilized. You know, and in an attempt to and it's like, you'd better start jumping out of bushes with fucking with machine guns. Wait a sec. I'll give you 2 minutes. Again, I'm sitting at a window. Shall I go out the front window? you know, you'd better fucking shoot me to get this over and done with. I'll give you a little bit more time. Because I can guarantee if someone was doing this to me right now, they'd be dead. I'm not fucking hesitating on that shot. Bang, dead. Give you 20 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reasonable, aren't I? 11, 12, 13. I'd be on that roof already and I'd be dead. 17, 18, 19, 20. There it goes. The end of World War III, the Irish lost. Now get back to fucking work and clean up all the mess. You're a disgrace. You're an utterly disgraceful, despicable fucking race of fucking people. You weren't. You traditionally weren't. And a lot of the people in Ireland, I'm sorry if this offends you. You know, we need a new word for Irish descendants that have scattered around the fucking globe to do this shit. They're not called Irish anymore. They're called fucking... I don't know. I'm actually going to let it's like basically there should be a referendum around Ireland. You know, the people that stay there, the people that keep the trains running, keep the buses on time, clean the streets, all the shit. Right, keep the immigrant situation down, all of that. Right, you now get to decide what those people are now called. I don't want them being called Australians. The Americans don't want them being called Americans. Right, what are they called? Name them. You know, like the Jews weren't. They didn't call themselves the Jews. That's a derogatory term that the world uses to basically blame everything on the Jews. So what is the collective Irish decision, Northern and Southern Irish and everywhere? It's like true, you know, real Irish people that aren't committing documented guerrilla warfare terrorism on iPhones in Australian soil, or American soil, or international soil, or whatever. Right? What are we going to call these cunts? They are not Irish. They are not Catholics. They're not fucking. There's nothing like that. What are they? You know, even the old, it's like the Picts, the Celts, the fucking whatever. They're not that. They're not that. What do we call them? You know, let's put our thinking caps on and decide. Because they need to be called something. And this is in all cases except for, of course, my children's mother, because she, in a very...
So the question was fairly simple. How many confirmed or suspected gangland shootings have occurred since you were appointed as Minister for Police and Counter-Terrorism? And her considered answer? Too many have occurred. This is perhaps the most disrespectful and disingenuous answer that I have ever received to a question. This is an answer that said, I'm not even prepared to consult the data. I'm not prepared to ask someone in my office to check the data. I'm not prepared to take more than the derisory 30 seconds it would have taken to dictate this answer. And every time a minister sends an answer like this, every time that happens, that is a minister, that is a premier, that is an executive that is saying, I don't accept that we are accountable to the people of New South Wales. I don't accept that we have to answer questions. I don't accept that we are subject to review. Every time an executive tries to say, I am not answerable to Parliament, that never ends well for democracy. And if we look at this answer, too many, what does that even mean? In my view, too many is one. But too many we commonly see as meaning excessive. So perhaps the Minister is telling us there's an appropriate amount of gangland shootings. This is disrespectful and inappropriate. And wouldn't you think she could have checked the database and provided an report? So the question was fairly simple. How many confirmed?
You know, let's put our thinking caps on and decide. Because they need to be called something. And this is in all cases except for, of course, my children's mother, because she in a very, like, she has basically led to this observation. She has not retaliated. I have not been shot from a fucking roof. And as I said, she's basically manifesting under the influence of spirits, Boudica, the fucking Celtic warrior queen. And so, like, and she has to combat me, who is a very high level defensive operative, right? But that's the point. It's like, she is doing it. No one else is. For the first time yesterday, I had a conversation on message with her for probably over an hour. That's difficult to do, but at least she did it. No one else did it. Not Sinn Féin, not the fucking Irish president, not any of the terrorist cunts running around fucking in the bushes, not any of the fucking drug dealers or any of the fucking real tough boys running around with their fucking ski masks on, not fucking kneecap, nobody else. Nobody fucking else. Not even the Prime Minister, no one. Not anyone, any of the labour unions, no one. No fucking single person, my children's mother. And she does fulfill the true legacy of an Irish queen. So I guess she's the Queen of Ireland. Like I always said, who else would it be? But then there's a lot of, it's like we don't have a Queen of Ireland in Australia. We cannot have a Queen of Ireland in Australia. She needs to go back to Ireland. You need to fly her there on a Jetstream, Gull jet, whatever it is, and sober her up and get her ready for the fucking world. Like I said, she should be celebrated, I guess. But then everyone who acted on her behalf, you know what I mean? Like, this should have been settled in conversation, and then we wouldn't have all of these problems. And this is the point. Like, this is, I'd say, like, this is a strategy. This is why I call it incitement to violence. Basically, if you're a woman and you incite two men to have violence, that is a crime. That is a crime. If you incite violence as you observe the violence and you benefit from either way, that is a crime. It's a crime that has not really been appropriately fucking utilized. It's not. What is that crime called? No one knows. We have incitement to violence, like basically this Sal Grover. If that was a man, utilizing she lost that trial. She's attempting to use the media to basically to constantly defame this person that won the trial constantly. Do you know what I mean? It's like and trying to build a political stance on the back of that is basically calling it's inciting violence onto that person. There's no one in the fucking country that's going to incite violence onto my children's mother because I'm doing this. It doesn't work like that. Because I'm trying to, as hard as I can, keep her in a positive light, which is difficult to do. I have to be truthful. I have to say the truth. But I'm not trying to start a witch hunt of that individual, despite the fact that she has obviously done that. To me, there is no doubt that she's not fucking down. And you know what? I wasn't going to do this, but I am going to do this. Because this is the whole fucking point. Door is fucking tall. Hang on a second, I need one
Get out.
more item.
Hang my head, drown my fear, till you all just disappear. Black hole sun, won't you come?
I might just straddle, just to be, I don't want to leave any stone unturned. Right, like this ditch the witch shit. If you can't handle being called a witch, well, you've got a fucking, an incitement of violence onto, it's like, what? Where the fuck do we live here? You've gone into our political system. You want to say that this is a sexist because you've been called a witch. Witch doesn't even mean female, you stupid cunt. You know what I mean? And how do you think, like, what else is going on? That's the worst thing that's going on in the country, is it? Some defective fucking guerrilla warfare terrorist fucking, operative working on behalf of foreign states has basically turned Melbourne into a fucking machete fucking wielding Mortal Kombat fucking thing. That's the worst fucking thing that's going on in the country, is it? Yeah, and you're going to do that to sell real estate or sell a fucking app on a defective iPhone. Aboriginals didn't have iPhones, neither did the English. Neither did the British people that colonised the country. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? And again, I want to fucking smash it. I might just actually. I can probably. It'll do it anyway. It's fucking symbolically, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's like Aboriginal people, they didn't get rid of all the snakes, not like St. Patrick. You had to deal with snakes. This is a big country, okay? And the way you do it, if you're carrying a didgeridoo, you smash it on its head on a rock like that. That's what I just did. That's a snake. Well, you're welcome. I'm not saying let's not eradicate all the snakes. I'm saying that's a snake. I've broken it. I've killed it. I was given fucking this by an Aboriginal elder. No, not really. It's probably bought from Singapore. Who the fuck knows? I'm not an Aboriginal elder. As I said, I'm a witch. I'm a card-carrying fucking cauldron fucking swirling fucking banshee fucking super witch, yeah? And I'm here to fucking say that the term witch, if you want to fucking gender that fucking term and say that this is a sexist campaign, you'd fucking better get your fucking, you better get your things in straight. You know? And it's like, do you know who uses, it's like, witch isn't a sexist thing. It's a derogatory term used by women towards other women. Because believe it or not, women are cunts to other women. So just get that fucking word out of your fucking mouth. Get it out of your fucking vocabulary. It's not sexism. How could it be? How could it possibly be sexist? Why? Because Harry Potter skewed the fucking landscape and called everyone who's a man a wizard and everyone who's a woman a witch. And it's like, shut up. Just shut up and do your fucking job. If you had done your job, no one would have called you a witch. If you hadn't have used a fucking devious, fucking defective, fucking bullshit technology to shut all of this shit down, to end free trade across our federal government, to fucking mandate the lockdowns of an entire region and fucking build an organised criminal fucking super highway across the country, distributing fucking evil fucking substances and all this shit, then you wouldn't be being called a witch, you dumb cunt. And that applies to every other dumb cunt across the fucking country. No, the jig is up. The game is up. You fucking absolutely fucked the pig on this shit. You fucking fucked it. You've destroyed decades of work in this country. You have imported how many fucking problems under the example of a fucking covert, documented guerrilla warfare terrorism campaign on iPhones. And it's like, who has all the Uber drivers, all the fucking cleaners, all the security guards, all the fucking whoever, all the immigrants in the land, they've all got a fucking iPhone. Yes, they tried it in the US, it failed. So they brought it here and Albo and Jacinta and fucking Mark Miladolopoulos and fucking and Tony Crufoli and fucking Chris Mins and fucking our good old fucking Captain fucking Ahab Roger Cook over here. You're all criminals. Right? You are required to leave. I don't know where you're going to be allowed to go to. But you are required to immediately initiate confiscation and full statements about all of this activity. Because guess what? We're really good at defending our place. You go to Great Britain, it is covered in castles, forts, armories, defensive moats, tunnels, fucking batteries, cannons, docks, wharfs, stockade, or every word you could ever imagine. And you think we didn't have a fucking sword? This is the most embarrassing large-scale military action that took place. And it shadows what the Polish did. The Polish looked rather brave on horseback riding English tanks. And I think that's what needs to be told. I will celebrate that right now. I'll have a fucking, 3 cheers for the Polish who rode in to fucking tanks on horses. Courage, obviously, is mainly fucking, still maintained over on the eastern side of fucking. But that all goes out the window when gender politics come into it. Courage, that doesn't exist in gender fucking politics. Despite the fact it's like they want us to be courageous, they want to fucking test us to be courageous so that they can decide who to fucking fuck, but they don't want us to be successfully courageous in identifying them as the cowardly collective feminine fucking, criminals of this failed experiment. They want to lock all the kids, scan them away like a Twix bar or a fucking Snickers bar on the fucking shelves of the supermarkets that they all fucking shop in. Scan their children away. They want to shoot fucking drones and fucking bullshit fucking robotic fucking warfare across Russia and everywhere else, all from the safety of their home, and they want to fucking scramble around our country, committing documented guerrilla warfare, terrorist tactics on iPhones. And it's like, yeah, well, like I said, we're English. We're pretty good at fucking defending ourselves. You know what I mean? You got to wake up real fucking early in the morning to pull one over the fucking English, to pull one over the British. You got to wake up really, really fucking early in the morning. You got to wake up so fucking early that you started this fucking 90 years ago. Because believe it or not, when it comes to global warfare and things like this and communist logic, it was pretty simple to pinpoint exactly what you'd do. Pretty simple. So you will never know when you were installed into the Matrix to have this simulated warfare. You will never know when you were released from it. And that is the level of the sophistication of our defenses. It is best not to think about it. In fact, if you think about too exactly when you were installed into this simulation and when you were released, you will probably go insane. So I would suggest that you don't. But I would suggest that whether you find yourself, confirmed in a simulation, or whether you find yourself, running around committing documented guerrilla warfare terrorism on iPhones in Australian soil, that either way you cease and desist all of that activity and you hand your phone in politely when you are asked by the appropriate officer. There will be a door knocking, every house will be required. And this is the thing, it's like, we can see them. We can see how many phones are in the house. 4 phones, you have 5 minutes to bring them to be destroyed. They will be destroyed in front of your very eyes. You will not take them and harvest anything. Nothing will be taken. This is why everything's stored online. You can access it from a computer. Go and get it. You might even be, I don't know whether we can afford giving credits, $200 credit to go get a Chromebook, whatever it is, and your phones will be destroyed in your vision. By a special crushing machine. You can even have the remains. that's what's going to happen. The phone will be destroyed. You continue life exactly as normal, and you try and adapt as quickly as you can to a phoneless world. Isn't that better than kicking in people's fucking doors? Isn't that better than fucking flaming missiles through the city and marching fucking death squads and fucking concentration camps and all this shit? Isn't that all better? You know what I mean? Like, what exactly were you hoping? I want to know, basically, out of curiosity, what the vision was. Where did you think you were going with all of this? And that's, I guess, women are pretty good at keeping secrets, so they will probably keep that secret. But yeah, just out of curiosity, I would like to know. So what exactly? I know. So we've got like the Islamists down. We understand the Islamists. They want, what is it, 70? I always thought it was 40, but it's actually 70. That's a bit much. 70 fucking virgins. What is 70 virgins?
For someone sleeping rough, a simple act of kindness can be especially meaningful. Not just a thoughtful gift, but a new door opening.
I don't understand the logic of fucking paradise in the Islamic world. It's like, is money involved? Can you imagine taking 70 virgins to Disneyland? That's expensive. I'm not about that. I'm not about that life. But anyway, I don't know. So I want to know what is this ultra feminist terrorist cult? What was your version of paradise? I just want to know. Yeah, and I want to know as well to the cuck class like Brad Doody. What, like, if she's doing this to me, do you think that she's not going to do that to you? And what does that feel? I don't understand. And I'm constantly taking precautions against that because I don't trust any. Basically, if you've got one of these and a vagina, in my mind, you're a terrorist. Like, that's it in this moment. So it's like that's the way I deal with it. But yeah, like if you're watching your wife like eviscerate her ex-partner and her children's father with an experimental fucking handheld weapon and a police conspiracy, it's like, what are you thinking? You know, are you just there like, do you do the dishes every night? Like, are you just her slave? Or are you a bit of a rebel? Are you like, nah, I'm not even gonna do the dishes tonight. I think I'll be all right. I think she's a bit preoccupied with fucking Shannon, if you understand what I'm saying. I just don't understand that life. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Because when those orcas and killer whales kill their trainers, right? They have to continuously do it. So what has she done to me? She, if unstopped by me, which is Shannon, if you understand what I'm saying. I just don't understand that life. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Because when those orcas and killer whales kill their trainers, right? They have to continuously do it. Thinking, you know, are you just there like, do you do the dishes every night? Like, are you just her slave? Or are you a bit of a rebel? Are you like, nah, I'm not even gonna do the dishes tonight. I think I'll be all right. I think she's a bit preoccupied with fucking Shannon, if you understand what I'm saying. I just don't understand that life. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Because when those orcas and killer whales kill their trainers, right? They have to continuously do it. So what has she done to me? She, if unstopped by me, which is ironic, she will in fact statistically likely do that to you. and you already had that done to you by your fucking wife. So it's like, what are we building? And we all have sons. It's like, you want to just build that? Why don't you just chop your son's balls off right now? You know, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? How are you this shit? It takes a little bit of courage to play AFL, and I can't understand how you play AFL and not be able to defend your sons against this. You know? I don't understand. So that's basically it's like, what is the terrorist paradise? Like, what is this little this hideous alcoholic married couple? What does your paradise look like? Because more than likely, at the end of it, if you just said it, if you're like, well, we're just this, I can probably figure that out. And not be able to defend your sons against this. You know? I don't understand it. So that's basically it's like, what is the terrorist paradise? Like, what is this little this hideous alcoholic married couple? What does your paradise look like? Because more than likely, at the end of it, if you just said it, if you're like, well, we're just this, I can probably figure that out. Do you know you could have just done this, and you would have had your paradise? I don't understand why you have to do it and everyone else to get your paradise. And I guess that's the same with the Islamists. It's like, why do you have to ruin everyone's day to get your paradise? You know, like, it's like when I suicide bomb into this children's rock concert or this Taylor Swift concert, I go to paradise. And it's like, that is some shit fucking logic. When I ruin everyone's day, I go to paradise. That's not what this like courage and honor is. It's like when I equally battle a man that is worthy of my fucking challenge in Mortal Kombat, whether I win or lose, but especially if I win, that is courage, duty, virtue, and that is what our chivalrous culture like celebrates. If no man equals me, I can't have that moment. You know, I'm certainly not going to try and ruin everyone's day. You could say you've ruined everyone's day by taking their phones, and I'll be like, shut up. Shut up. Nobody needs a phone. Shut the fuck up. If anyone dares to say, I've ruined everyone's day by taking their phones, right, in the same sentence that I said, I'd go to paradise if I blow up fucking children at a Taylor Swift concert, you're the problem. Hi, it's you. You're the problem. It's you, in Taylor's words. You know what I mean? That's the point. The only way I can have a hope, and it's not even, and the funniest thing with my culture is like, my version of paradise is humbly, it's all humility. It's all like, it wasn't me. I am not this. I am on behalf of God. And I'm happy to die in an unmarked grave that gets pissed on by fucking whatever, and to sleep eternally with absolutely no hope in hell of paradise. You know what I mean? And it's like, how do you deal with it? How do you actually diplomatically have this cultural divide? Like, what is alcoholic paradise? Is it just Cheers? Is it just a pub? Because I'm don't even think you should go to the pub. That's why I put a pub on my Facebook thing. Where is it? Where is Alcoholic Irish Paradise? Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, and see, this is where I'm going to come to your rescue. When I said I have to challenge the man of equal thing and either win or lose, but whatever, it's like when he steps up and I accept that challenge and I'm in mortal combat with a man of my equal, or that is the only way for me to fulfill my duty as a man in my culture. Okay? So I guess you could argue that the battle of alcoholism is the same. So you to successfully conquer that battle is the most courageous thing you can do, and it is the most glorious victory and thing that you could do. So you should start that, and then that will redeem you of all of the atrocious fucking guerrilla warfare terrorism you've done on iPhones in Australia. Soil. So that's the person. He's staring you in the mirror, right? He is a man of your equal, right? He is incredibly difficult to destroy, and he will use all tools to manipulate you into continuing your negative behavior, and you have to look at him every single fucking day, right? But you should probably start. That's courage, is stepping up to the plate. That's the first day. First day of that. Day one. I don't know how many days I'm into this, quite a few. And it's got nothing to do with me personally. I didn't particularly have a problem with alcohol, although there's no way I could have done this while drinking. So I don't drink while I'm on duty, which is the way to say it. And it's like, you're on duty as guerrilla warfare on iPhones in Australia. So you're on duty. If you are drunk on duty, scrambling around in the dark, is it any wonder that you're being humiliated like this? And then the point is like, once you defeat that fucking demon, you'll realise that there was no need for any of this. And I think it's they call it the Irish flu, they call it all the words for it, all the names for it. It's like it's the victim's way out is alcoholism. But the problem is, in this case, in this diplomatic negotiation here, it doesn't have an end. It ends with your death by suicide, which could take 20 years. So every single person in this is basically held hostage by your substance abuse, by your slowly killing yourself. That's some egotistical, that is some narcissistic fucking, that's some high level virtuous victimhood. Right, you gotta flip it. That is not courageous, that is not you're not weathering the storm of English fucking English whatever. You are forcing everybody to watch you slowly kill yourself. That's really gross. And it's like and again every day. So you want to redeem your fucking mortal soul, then fucking stare down your opponent in the mirror and challenge him to death every day. And if you don't die, the minute you're not on that pathway to be killing yourself, then you win. You are beating him. You are beating him back. He wants to kill you slowly and publicly in front of everyone. And you don't want to let that happen. And it does have fathering things in turn with your children. You're protecting your children. And it doesn't mean like, the problem is it's like, it doesn't matter whether it's condemn alcohol. It's condemning the support network of like what they would call functional alcoholism. If that support network is the problem is it's like, it doesn't matter whether it's condemn alcohol. It's condemn the support network. In front of everyone. You don't want to let that happen. You know, and it does have fathering things in turn with your children. You're protecting your children. And it doesn't mean like, the problem is it's like, it doesn't matter whether it's condemn alcohol. It's condemn the support network of like what they would call functional alcoholism. If that support network is the alcohol, it's condemning. You're not weathering the storm of English fucking English whatever. You are forcing everybody to watch you slowly kill yourselves. That's really gross. You know, and it's like and again every day. So you want to redeem your fucking mortal soul and fucking stare down your opponent in the mirror and challenge him to death every day. And if you don't die, the minute you're not on that pathway to be killing yourself, then you win. You are beating him. You are beating him back. He wants to kill you slowly and publicly in front of everyone. You don't want to let that happen. And it does have fathering things in turn with your children. You're protecting your children. And it doesn't mean like, the problem is it's like, it doesn't matter whether it's condemn alcohol. It's condemn the support network of like what they would call functional alcoholism. If that support network is the political class, the police, the judiciary, that is actually supporting functional alcoholism, that is actually functional guerrilla warfare, terrorism on Australian soil. That's not the same thing. Right? This is because, and it basically hijacked significantly large portions of our culturally adapted social strategies and social cohesion networks and protocols, and replace them with the positivity chain that you can use while you can't. You can even buy alcohol with it. And it's like this. Like, I will, if you want to go court, I will bring up a security vision of every single transaction for alcohol on a phone. Significantly large portions of our culturally adapted social strategy. Alrighty. Incitement. They would call functional alcoholism. I'll bring up a security vision of every single transaction for alcohol on a phone. The same phone that you're using to ignore this or to watch this or whatever. This is the case. This is going to be continuous. This will lead to a precedent being established, and this will be utilised in every court across the world by the time I'm finished. This is what you're dealing with. Again, as soon as someone is my equal who wants to step in, they can arrive, and then I will be able to do it. But it's like it is not a person. It is the concept Apple or the smartphone, the little emperor as I call him, that I will continue to do battle with until he's dead. And I will beat him, and he will be dead. I was here before him, and I will be here long after. His memory is fucking condemned to the same things as our Switch. And the Gazan killing fields. Thank you.
I'll smile, I know what it takes to fool this town. I'll do it till the sun goes down and all through the night time. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you wanna hear. Keep my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's never the right time. Yeah. I put my armor on so you are strong, I am. I put my armor on, I saw you dead, I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to
commerce, and talent. Her presence in Roman mythology proves the cultural diversity of Roman civilization, blending multiple preceding cultures. Minerva originated in the Etruscan context, pre-Roman people of the Italian peninsula, where she was known as Minerva. Even then, she was associated with wisdom and talent. As Rome expanded in this civilization that becomes the world, Minerva to be identified with the Greek goddess Athena. This process of cultural fusion, called syncretism, allowed the Romans to incorporate the Greek goddess into the Italian system, while protecting some of Minerva's own creations. Minerva's Greek counterpart is known to cause wisdom, courage, inspiration, civilization, law, justice, strategic warfare, mathematics, strength, arts, crafts, and talent. There are many similarities between the Greek synchronized with Athena is usually related to the owl, symbol of wisdom. On the other hand, Minerva's symbolic animal is the little owl. While Athena is known as a warrior goddess, Minerva is more commonly associated with wisdom and crafts. The Roman goddess tends to have a peaceful and civilized connotation. Athena is venerated as the protector of Athens, while Minerva, being a Roman goddess, is not associated with a specific city. Minerva's cult was ubiquitous throughout Rome and its provinces. She was one of the three deities of the Capitol pantheon, one of the most important ancient temples in Rome, along with Jupiter and Juno. The Capitol triad was a mainstay of Roman religion. A festival called Quinquatri was celebrated with Minerva's origin. It was one of the most important functions of Roman calendar, with sacrifices and celebrations. Minerva was also the patron saint of craftsmen, and was especially revered by poets, painters, and sculptors, who considered her a source of inspiration. Minerva's presence in Roman mythology illustrates the complexity and diversity of cultural influences that impacted Roman civilization. Like all goddesses, Minerva reflects her people and time, symbolizing the hopes, fears, values, and aspirations of Roman society.